for Ontario Place has been mired in controversy since it was announced earlier this spring. And Cynthia Mulligan recently looked at the reality on the ground in an exclusive tour of the site with the Minister of Infrastructure. Cynthia, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Tammie. I also had a representative of Therma along that walk with us. And Therma, of course, is that Austrian company that is going to be building a spa, wellness center, water park on the western part of Ontario Place. And that's the part that's getting the most controversy. And so, you know, during the mayoral election, it caused a lot of furor. A lot of the candidates weighed in on it. A lot of them were very critical, including Olivia Chow. So I reached out and I said, I want to know more. I want to know what, like, we've seen maps, we've seen drawings, but I can't quite understand where this drawing is in conjunction with the property. Will you take me on a tour? And they agreed. So we went last Thursday, and it was fascinating because if you look at the pictures of what they want to do, the pictures are gorgeous, the artist renderings. And you have to admit, I mean, Ontario Science Centre, or Ontario Place, opened in 1971. Since then, enrollment, or people have been declining and declining. It was once the jewel on the waterfront. So how do you get that back? And Doug Ford has come out with a big vision and a promise that he'll have 6 million people come to Ontario Place. And they argue you need a tenant as an anchor to make it a year-round destination. The issue, though, is this is Therma. It's an Austrian company with a 95-year lease. But look at that picture. That's the vision. This is what it's going to look like. And they're comparing it to like a wellness bath sort of center, holistic, with water, that we don't have anything quite like in Canada, in North America. This is a very European style design. So they have 3 in Germany, 2 coming in Manchester, 1 in Romania. And they're also going to be doing, so in exchange for this 95-year lease on the land, which is a very long time, they're going to be doing shoreline remediation. Remember, Ontario Place was landfill. So they're saying some of the land there is contaminated. So they're going to spend $200 million, clean that up, create a long pier, create new beaches, create a festival-style area in one part, and then a quiet zone area where you can fish and have picnics. So they've laid out this gorgeous vision. And then on the public side, on the eastern side, they've got, you know, a kids area where there's one like garbage dumpsters. You've got a beach and a kids area. So that's the gorgeous part. And then let's look at this 95-year lease, because I've been asking both sides, what happens if Therma goes bankrupt?
And they pull out of this
years,
lease?
or pull out, or there's no audience for this. How is the government protected? So I've been trying to get a clearer answer on that, because remember the Tugs deal that John Tory decried as a disaster, and that's where on Ashbridges Bay this one company has a decades-long lease, and it hasn't gone well. So there are so many things to look at, but today I'm going to have, this is the beautiful vision that they're offering, and tomorrow I'll take a look at what the critics are saying about that. And I think really what I'm trying to do is let viewers decide. Do you like this vision? Is it somewhere you would want to go? Is it something you think is sustainable?
Inside look there. And also, accessibility has been the big thing, because the critics of this plan say that that side of Ontario Place where this spa is going to be is only going to be accessible to those who pay.
Well, there's a
rich
boardwalk around it, so there is access. But as the MPP for the area, Minister Chris Glover said, you know, but then you're looking up at a 6-story building. Well, the building is glass structure, but okay, that's a point. Now, I know Therma is currently in redesign, so they've got their original concept and they're altering it to try and appease City Council, because there has been a lot of pushback. So I wouldn't say they've entirely gone back to the drawing board, but they are tweaking it to see if they can allay some of the concerns. $40 a head is what the initial price to go into this water park spa area will be. But that's the initial price to get us used to it. And then they say the prices will go up. So I Googled, in Germany, it's roughly $83 a head Canadian. They're saying it's a full day experience. Now, compare that to Canada's Wonderland. I think it's $80 if you show up at the door, $53, $55 online.
Right, so it can be comparable if it's something that is a tourist spot, a destination for people to go.
Right.
In your tour that we're going to see a little bit more of later on today, was it eye-opening to you? Because I know for you, you have already been really engaged in this conversation since it's been something that's been happening throughout the mayoral campaign. When you got there and you were able to actually take a look and see the vision out there that's been laid out right in person on the ground, did it open your eyes at all to it? Did it make it more clear?
It did.
Yeah.
I mean, there's this one area that's 2,000 acres of asphalt in the middle of Ontario Place. Now, it's a 155-acre property with the water, you know, but this chunk of ugly asphalt. And they want to create that into sort of a boardwalk area with fountains. And when you look at the pictures and you're standing there, you can see it. And it is, what they are showing you is, without a doubt, is absolutely beautiful. Execution, of course, is key. But the other controversy, of course, is that 6.4 acres of a sliver of land, of water area that the City of Toronto owns. But the province needs that to realize this dream. So I asked the minister, will you expropriate? And she doesn't want to commit to that. What she is saying is, I want to sit down with the City of Toronto and really discuss this further. But there was a staff report that recommended Ontario take that sliver of land and swap it with the province. And the province is going to, in exchange, give them an area to make a current park bigger that's adjacent to it. But Olivia Chow's office, I was reaching out and saying, did Olivia Chow know about this before she mused that maybe this would end up in court? And their answer was, and we'll get more later today from them, is that it was deferred because City Council wants a closer look at the contract. They want to see what's happening, which is fair. There's a lot of arguments that this has not been a transparent process.
Especially when it's a 95-year lease.
It's a long time.
For sure. It is a long time. Cynthia, thank you so much. We're going to get more information and see your stories, of course, tonight on City News at 5 and 6, and you can follow along.
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow as well, and citynews.ca as well if you want to follow along online. Thank you so much, Cyn, for joining us.
Thanks, Tammie.
I appreciate it. It was good to see you.
Good to see you.
And